All right, boys, we are back, and it's time to continue year number 1 with our Arizona Coyotes. And what a start to year 1 we're having, 7-1-1. I think a lot of that comes from our good defensive play. You know, Mike Smith, 89 overall elite goaltender, with a pretty good team. I mean, we may not have any superstars, but we definitely have the depth. We've had some injuries so far, but very short injuries. I got Lieso some time up here on the NHL squad. All right, but this is the team right now that's 7-1 and 7-1-1 or 7-1-0 or something like that. I think it's 7-1-0. But that's what I'm talking about. The good defensive core, right? So, and we have 2 offensive defensemen on the first line, which will enable the our forwards to actually have really good seasons. You know, I've noticed that with offensive defensemen, they make everybody on the team do better because offensive defensemen like Carlson, for example, he can legitimately get 70-point seasons in GM mode for 15, right? So, we really don't have much to do. Yeah, 7-1-1. We really don't have much to do other than simulate. Right now, our team is playing pretty good. Don't need to make any trades. Don't need to make any line changes. Let's just go ahead with the simulation month by month and see where the Arizona Coyotes end up. Because, like I was saying in the last video, you know, what is this team all about? Are we a playoff contender? I mean, it's looking like it right now, 7-1-1. That could be like a friggin' Stanley Cup contender with a damn record like that. But you got to assume that we're going to fall back down to earth. It is a new game with the simulation engine, right? And the only saving grace, there you go, there's 3 losses in a row. But the only saving grace that we have on this team to make me think that, you know what, you never know, is, there's Portland, so I'll go best lines for Portland, is Mike Smith. An 89 overall goaltender is pretty good, but I've noticed in this game with a lot of the starting goalies, a lot of them have gotten increases, like Roberto Luongo's 89, Craig Anderson, I think, is like 88, Bishop is up there now, right? So a lot of the goalies did get increases. In general, I feel like it will be a good year for the rookies. So we started off the year 7-1-1, and now we have trailed off a little bit, 7-4-3. So I still want to go deep into the season before we make any changes. You know, I want to see what the other teams are all about as well. And come the trade deadline, that's when we can decide. Because players on our team right now with 1-year deals and who are a little bit older, a guy like Daniel Alfredsson, guy like Shane Doan, who I was reading some comments, you guys don't want me to trade away Shane Doan. He's the captain, he's the franchise player, he's been here forever. Fair enough, all right, but if we're clearly not a playoff team, I think the right decision would be to go on that rebuild. Maybe not a full-on rebuild, because you still have some younger players, like our whole defensive core, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, Gormley, Stone, you have Pierlini, you have Max Domi, Laurent Dauphin, I saw some comments about him. I don't know how good he gets in this game, right? We know that 3.5 Green Star potential in previous games, they could get really good, especially snipers, because their shooting category would be like 99 overall, but when I did my experiment with the Toronto Maple Leafs and I went 5 years in, I didn't see Laurent Dauphin's name pop up once. Now, I admit I didn't go looking for him, right? And 5 years might not be enough for him to get to where he was in previous GM modes, but I don't think 3.5 Green Star can turn out to be that kind of player anymore. Maybe like year 10, year 15, who knows? I've only gone like 6 years in is the farthest I've gone so far, but you know what I mean, right? So we have Laurent Dauphin. He might be able to be like a second or third liner. All right, here comes a big injury right here. Michael Bodker's been injured with a mild concussion. Estimated return is December 5th, but we are right. Yeah, we're right there at December 5th. Some of you guys were saying I should just bring up some players that you know, you don't need down in the AHL. The thing about that is I want the AHL team to do good this year. But you know what I can bring up? I can bring up Joe Vitale, all right? Because we need some, yeah, we do need some depth because these injuries are happening. All right, so I'll go best lines. Whatever happens with the best lines, I'll leave. Alfredsson, Hansel, and Shane Doan on the first line now. All right, yeah, that's fine with me. And then Portland, we're going to get Lesso and Samuelson together, all right? Damn, it's hot down here. Got to get the AC running or something. Whatever, we'll push through it. All right, so best lines for right now. So we lost Michael Bodker, our first line left winger. So Daniel Alfredson's going to have to go in there. But he said, I think it was the 5th. So it's going to be right here. So you'd imagine he misses like 3 games at most. So we're okay. All right, so let's do a whole monthly wrap-up here of the points and all this. So again, I'm I'm not going to be an apologist for the GM mode, right? If there's something a little shady, fine, we'll point it out. But just remember, we're only, 24 games into the season, right? So if there's a team that's not where they should be, look how we started off the year, 7-1-1, and then we went on that losing streak. Now we won some games again, so a lot of the season still to go. Goals against average, though, Lundqvist at the top, save percentage, Pavlik at the top, wins, Lundqvist is at the top, points, Stamkos is leading, Crosby, Tavares. I mean, that's pretty good for me. Stamkos, Crosby, Tavares. Malkin's in there. Patrick Kane is up there. All right. Assists, Jay Bouwmeester is leading the NHL. See a defenseman. See what I mean? Offensive defenseman. And well, he's probably not an offensive defenseman, Jay Bouwmeester, but what my point is that defensemen as a whole can all get more points, and because of that, that means more assists, which means more goals for your forwards, right? I've really noticed teams with offensive defensemen really put on the points. Goals, Stamkos has got 17, Crosby's got 17, Sharp's got 17, Ovechkin's got 16, Tavares has got 15, Malkin's got 15, all right? I mean, that's what I mean. I like how the players progress in this GMO. Now, year 1 is year number 1. Year 2 can be different, fine, but so far, so good, right? And the teams, let's see here, Florida, Buffalo are at the bottom there, Columbus, Carolina. You got New York at the top. You got Boston in a playoff position. Pittsburgh is just right there. All right, not looking bad in the Eastern Conference. The LA Kings, though, they got to get better, man. 22 points, that's not good for them. They could have an injury, though. Remember, injuries are on. Maybe they have Jonathan Quick injured. Who knows? All right, but Chicago's up there. Winnipeg is having a good season, and the Anaheim Ducks are the only team ahead of us. So 31 points for us. Yeah, we are in a very good spot. So I don't want to make any line changes just yet. Player stats, though. We'll take a look at the player stats. See who's doing what for us this year. See if losing Michael Bodker is going to hurt us at all. All right, so Martin Hansel, 21 points in 24 games played. You know what? Hang on one second. All right, that's much better. So our point producers, Martin Hansel, 21 points in 24 games played. Bodker had 17 in 24 games played. Alfie's having a great year, 17 points in 24 games played. Antoine Vermette, Shane Doan, Gagne. All right, so not really any fantastic goal scorers. I mean, Martin Hansel's almost point per game. You're going to notice that with teams that are at the top of the NHL. Teams that are at the top of the NHL, usually their first liners will be point per game now. All right. Defenseman, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, 18 points. Yandel, 15 points. See what I mean? These two guys really get a lot of points back there, which help out Martin Hansel, Bodker, and Alfredson getting more points. And they're not putting up the goals, right? But look at all those assists. 18 points, 24 games played. That's a lot. Same with 15. That's a lot. I like that. And goaltenders, let's see. Mike Smith, 2.40 goals against average. So we are allowing a lot of goals. And a save percentage of almost 92. So that's pretty good. I like that. I like that save percentage. If he can get that around 92, I'm happy with that. Goals against doesn't really matter to me if we're winning games, you know. It is what it is. I mean, let's see some of the last few games that we've seen. 4 goals against. Yeah, I mean, 2 goals against, shutout, 3 goals against, 2 goals against, 2 goals, 1 goal against, 0. I don't know how his save percentage his goals against must be up there because of games like this where he allows like 6 or he allows 4 because allows 5. He allowed 7, yeah. We've had a few games where when we get beat, we get smashed. But overall, I'd say his goals against and save percentage, they're just stunted stats because we've had a lot of those bad games kind of thing. All right, so let's just simulate ahead here. Bodker will be back on the 5th. We'll get another month done. I want to actually talk about the EASHL in this game. So let me just get this injury sorted out, and then we'll get into that because we were playing a lot of EASHL last night. And for anyone wondering, you know, if they should get NHL 15 for EASHL, you know, ooh, hang on, this is a big one. All right, Arizona player Mike Smith has been injured with an injured thumb. Estimated return is December 11th, so it's not that bad. All right, I'm just going to go to best lines because we already brought up that McKenna goalie. So Dubnyk will go in the net here, all right? Best lines, Bodker, best lines. So Bodker's back. Mike Smith has been injured until the 11th, which is only 1 game, it looks like, so that's good news. So far, the injuries have only been minor injuries, which I appreciate. Now, yeah, about EASHL, right? The game, it does feel different. It looks the same, but the physics of the puck and the players is an upgrade. It is different. You can run into your own players now. You can body check your own players. Game misconducts are also back, right? I don't know if they put that in for on purpose or if they put it in to stop people from running around throwing body checks. But we had games last night where Pray for Eyes and Kryptonite not lagged out, got a game misconduct. We had one game where both of them got a game misconduct in one freaking game. It was ridiculous. All right, Mike Smith is back, so best lines. I'll go to line change manually here just because Alfie and Doan. All right, so we're back to 100%. Very good. Yeah, so I would suggest getting, is it worth $60? I don't want to get into that argument. If you're going to play it for an extended period of time, then it's worth it for you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to log a good amount of hours this year for NHL 15. So it's worth it for me. You just got to ask yourself that same question. If you're going to play it a lot, then yeah, it's worth it. If you're not, if it's just something you want to try, then maybe wait till next year. That's the way I see it, all right? But I did. We really liked it. The first game, though, I think we got spanked like 9-0 because when we started it up, we were like a bunch of us at 57 overall, and we went up against this team who are stacked of like 75 overall guys, and it was so bad, man. Like, it felt like we were skating in quicksand. It's the one thing that I hate about the game every year is how you have to play 350 games again just to get your player back to how you want him to be. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna drop any freaking money on the boost packs or anything. No, I'll play the 150, then the 250, then the 350. But man, that first game we got smoked. It was nice though. It was nice. All right, so yeah, we'll definitely be playing EASHL. But you know what? Screw EASHL. I got to focus on the season now. 14, 15, and 3. What the hell has happened to the Phoenix Coyotes? Arizona Coyotes. My fault, boys. I didn't mean it. All right, let's get to the next month, and we'll see what we can do here. But this is good. I didn't want a season where I could just simulate and we could win the Stanley Cup without me making a damn change. 15, 16, and 3. All right, so this is what I mean. The season's not even close to being over when we started this video. So a team like LA, they can still come back. A team like ourselves, we can start to lose games, all right? So we got to figure out. This is good. So I can go into the team standings now, and we can figure out exactly what we need to do. All right, might want to do some line changes now. All right, so we've won a few games here. Let's leave this losing streak that we were on. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We went on a 9-game losing streak right there. All right, so you can see you start off the year 7-1-1, but then you go on a 9-game losing streak. So we're that kind of team. All right, we're an up-and-down kind of team. Looks like the Rangers are really doing good defensively this year. Wins, Pecorine with 18 points, John Tavares with 54, Stamkos with 52, and Crosby with 51, Kane with 48. All right, and I guarantee you Okposo's up there because Tavares, right? So don't worry. So, I mean, as your top 4 players, Tavares, Stamkos, Kane, and Crosby, that's pretty good. Goals, Crosby, Stamkos, Tavares, Sharp. All right, Ovechkin's up there with 20. Assists, Patrick Kane is up there. Kyle Okposo, he's going to get a lot of points because of Tavares. Atlantic Division, let's see some teams. Boston's in the playoff race. Pittsburgh and the Rangers are in the playoff race. So the teams that need to be in the playoff race for year number 1 in the East, they're there. And in the West, look at the LA Kings. They're moving up the standings, all right? The San Jose Sharks are a little bit low. But Chicago, Minnesota, Colorado are all in the top 3 in the Central. And you got Anaheim, LA, and, well, LA's moving up. Edmonton and Calgary, though. But remember, this is year number 1. Maybe Edmonton and Calgary has a good year this year. Edmonton definitely has the goal scorers in this game. And Calgary's got Jonas Hiller now, so it does make them better. All right, but we got to look at our team. Why is our team starting to trail off? Team standings. Let's do all this now. All right, so goals for per game, 2.54. 24th in the NHL, so we're not scoring a lot of goals. And I'm going to say that's our depth goal scoring. Our first liners are getting it done. But our, I don't think as a team, totally, I don't think we're scoring enough goals. All right. What's the highest in the NHL right now? There you go, 3.47, all right? Now, we'll see, because I remember last year, if you could be above 3, that was a good year. So we'll see if by the end of the year, these numbers start to come down a little bit. All right, because that'll be the true test if the game is just more offensively programmed. I saw some comments about that. We'll see. Goals against per game, 16th in the NHL, so that's not good either. So the stats are starting to catch up to us a little bit. You know, we're not a great goal-scoring team, and we are letting the puck in a little bit as well. Power play percentage, 23rd in the NHL. Penalty kill percentage, 7th in the NHL. So there's some good news. Our penalty kill is decent. Home record 7-9-2, and away record 10-8-1. And our last 10, we are 3-7-0. So that's where it has hurt us a little bit. Player stats for the season. All right, so I really don't want to make any trades just yet. I want to keep on going in this season. But Martin Hanzal, 29 points in 37 games played. Let me just go for forwards right now. 29 and 37, 26 and 37. Bodker's got 24 and 34. Yeah, see, these three guys are getting it done, but then it does trail off. Shane Doan, he's maybe on pace for... Shane Doan's not doing bad. Gagne, he's not doing that good. And then we don't have that... Korpikoski is our second-line left winger. He's not getting it done either, right? But to go out and get in a trade right now, I don't think that's going to work. I think if you're going to fix this team, it has to come through a minor rebuild rather than a trading for a Stanley Cup run. But look at the two defensemen again, 27 points already and 24 points. These guys are, if we didn't have these two guys, we'd be scoring no goals, man. They're definitely helping us out. And our goaltender, Mike Smith, 2.73 goals against average. Yeah, it's going to be worse now. 91.23, 2 shutouts for sure. After that 8 or 9 game losing streak, for sure that's going to happen. All right, so let's take a look at the lines here. Maybe I can do some line changes. I really don't want to make any trades at this point in the season, though. It's not going to work. We need that second line left wing. I mean, if you're going to improve the top 6, a second line left wing would be a good idea. But I don't have anything to trade for that. You know what I mean? There'd be no point in going out and making that trade right now. Because I'd want somebody who's like mid-80s, but I'm not going to trade for a veteran because that's a waste of trade value. And to get a guy who's in his mid-80s at a young stage, you're going to have to give up a lot, and I don't want to do it. No, you know what? We're kind of stuck right now. Unless there's a player I could bring up from the minors, nah. Samuelson and Lessa, no. We're kind of stuck right now, boys. I could make a trade, but I just don't. You know what? Got to do my diligence here. Got to do the due diligence. We got to take a look at which players may be available in the NHL. All right, because we could still salvage this year. Ray Whitney, 82 overall. Korpikoski would be the same thing. There's no point. Now, I'd want to hold on to that trade value. No point in giving up that trade value. Burakovsky, nope. Go through some players here. Shinkaruk, Virtanen. See, I wouldn't mind getting one of these players, but they're definitely not going to help out our team this year. 74 overall. That's not going to work. Toronto, Robida, nope. Nope. We're looking for forwards. Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau, I suppose. But no, we're not going to get a player like that. Not going to happen. But at least you know, there's some players on the table here. This is good. We're almost halfway through the season. All right, here's some players right here that I could pick up to help out our playoff run. Patrick Elias, his trade value is not bad. He's 84, 2 years left at 5.5. I wouldn't mind doing that. Yager, same thing, but I already got a Jaromir Yager. We can leave him on the Devils this time. We'll go through some teams here. So New Jersey had a good one. Minnesota, new. Zykov, new. New, don't need any of them. Don't need you. Eric Cole, 83. Now, that would be the same as like a Korpikoski. Jerome McGinley, new. Danny Briere, new. I don't even know why they'd want to trade those guys. Those guys are in a playoff hunt right now. Gianta, new. And Whitney, new. All right, so let's go back to the Devils here, and let's just put Patrick Elias on the table, and let's see. If I could trade Korpikoski for Elias straight up, I might do it. So let's see here. Let's just see. Centers. Hey, gotta hold on to you. Gotta hold on to you. Samuelson, holding on to you guys. Lauren Dauphin, holding on. McInnes, I might. I know he's got the 3 greens now. I want to hold on to 3 green star. He's gonna be my experiment. I want to see what he gets to this year. Chipchura, Klinkhammer, all these guys. Yeah, I could trade. Korpikoski. Actually, you know what? Korpikoski's got some good trade value though. There's not. You know what? No. I'm making a trade just to make a trade, boys. If I'm going to trade those players, I want to get young value back for them, all right? So let's get to the All-Star break. Hang on, I want to make sure I don't lose this. So, like I was saying, let's get up to the All-Star break in this video. I was thinking about making that trade for Patrick Elias, but say I trade Korpikoski for Patrick Elias, right? And then we still don't make the playoffs. All of a sudden, I've given up that trade value when I could have turned it into a second-round pick, or I could have turned it into a younger prospect, right? So I want to see, my initial strategy for this team was to see, oh, here we go, Shane Doan for a second and a third. Decline the trade. I'm not going to be accepting any trades just yet, but we're getting to that time of the year where trades can happen. All right, after the All-Star game, I think I would definitely think about making some trades, especially if our record looks pretty similar, because if we're going to lose, we might as well lose big and try to get the best draft pick that we can. Mike Smith's been injured with a bruised shoulder. His estimated return is January 29th. All right, so he's going to be gone for some time now. So this looks like the time where the Arizona Coyotes really start to lose some games, all right? Unless Devin Dubnyk, oh, man, and Martin Hansel's been injured with a strained hamstring, January 20th. All right, best lines. So we've lost Hansel and we've lost Mike Smith now. So I mean, this is the time of the year where the year's lost. Basically, there's no point in making a trade. I'm glad I didn't go ahead with that Patrick Elias trade. That was a waste. That was a waste. That's a team. Oh my God, Shane Doan now has been injured with injured ribs. January 16th, he's coming back. Roster moves. All right, let's bring up somebody else here. Forwards. Let's bring up Lieso. Let's give him some time up here in the NHL again. All right, so best lines, Lieso, where are you? There he is. He's third line left wing. I'll let him play on that third line left wing. Give him some time up here in the NHL. All right, so 18, 19, and 4. Yeah, this is where the Arizona Coyotes really come back now. Or not come back, but really start to lose the season. I mean, we've lost our elite goalie. We've lost our first line center. You know what I mean? We've lost our second line right wing. Well, he's back now, but best lines. There you go. Lieso might actually be scratched now. Yeah. I gotta hang on. Gotta stop it and go back. Get Lieso back on the AHL team. Edit lines. I know he's still up here. All right, who else? Who's the one who's scratched? Is it Joey V? Yeah, Joe Vitale is scratched. All right, so I'm fine still. When one more player comes back, then I'll put Lieso back down on the minors. We'll give Lieso some time to grow here. And when we get to the All-Star break, I will show you guys, what's it called? The progress reports and all that stuff. Martin Hansel's available to come back. All right, so we're going to bring back Martin Hansel, and I'm going to send Lieso back down to the minors. All right, Lieso, there you go. He's back down. And now best lines and best lines. Lieso is right there. He's right back. All right, Samuelson as well. All right, so Lieso hopefully, or Lesio, whatever his damn name is, hopefully he grows a little bit for us this year. Best lines, yeah, get Connor Murphy right back in there. That'll probably put Samuelson back on the second line, but whatever. All right, so 18, 21, and 4 for the Phoenix, or Arizona Coyotes. Shit, I keep on making that mistake. Oh, yeah, we're starting to lose some games now. So it looks like year one is a no-go. All right, if we want to come back. Oh, you know what? I already did the OHL, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Let's see what we have in the OHL. Let's see here. All right, so in the OHL so far, we've been able to figure out a few 3.5-star players. There's probably more, right? But it's not bad. QMJHL. Yeah, I'll go to the QMJHL for 6 weeks now. I want to hit the QMJHL, the dub, and the OHL all for 6 weeks at the B- that we have. All right, so we're just going to go up here to the day after the All-Star break, and we can stop the simulation there. But 18, 23, and 4, we already have 27 losses on the year. 28 losses. 28 losses on the year. To get we're 10 games below 500 with the overtime losses. Yeah, I think we should just make the decision right now that we are not a playoff team. And instead of waiting to the trade deadline to make the trades, we can make the trades right now because, you know, the worse season that we have, the better draft pick that we get, and that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm glad we didn't make that trade for Patrick Elias. Really glad. All right, so if you take a look at the stats here. Points, Crosby and Stamkos, Tavares, and Kane are at the top still. Assists, Patrick Kane, Landeskog. Goals, Stamkos and Crosby. Ovechkin is caught back up. He's got 32. Tavares is up there, all right, so we're looking good. Team standings, Boston is trailed off a little bit, but Boston, New York, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are all still in the playoff hunt. And in the West, look at that, the LA Kings have moved back up. Anaheim's up there. Chicago's up there. Minnesota's up there. San Jose's been moving up a little bit. I guess we've been moving down, so we've allowed everyone else to move back up. So we've seen the Arizona Coyotes in this video be at the top of the list, and now we are second worst in the NHL with 40 points. So it just seems like we don't have the roster this year, all right? So when it comes to the next video, which is going to be a trading video for sure, what should we go after? What should we acquire? Should we acquire players who are ready in 1 or 2 years, or should we go for the full-on draft picks, players who haven't even played a game in the NHL yet, players like that? Should we be making trades like that? That's where you guys can come in now. All right, so hang on, let me just go back to roster moves. All right, so if we take a look at all of our players here, hang on, age. Yeah, the older players, the ones that just, I don't think they have a place on this team anymore. Daniel Alfredson, Shane Doan, David Moss, Antoine Vermette, McCallick, Joey Vitale, Crombeen, Chip Chura, Keith. Yeah, you can hold on to Keith Yandel because he's 28 years old and we have more trading value up here, right? You can hold on to Keith Yandel as our 1-2 punch with Oliver Ekman-Larsson because Yandel has more than 1 year left, but he still is a trading asset, I suppose. Korpikoski, he's a trading asset. Klinkhammer, Hansel, you can hold on to. McBain, you can hold on to. Bodker, you can hold on to. Gagne, you can hold on to if you want to come back next year with a decent team, a half-decent team, right? But there's plenty of trading assets, and also Mike Smith. And we can hold on to Mike Smith because I think he's got a few years left. Let's see. Where's his contract? Oh, is that it? No, because consistency. Where's his contract length? Does it not show it in this screen? I thought it did. Oh, 5 years left. There you go. So Mike Smith has 5 years left, right? And he's only 32 years old. So you could hold on to Mike Smith for another year or two, and hopefully next year give yourself a better chance. Or you could trade him away for a younger goaltender and a draft pick or something like that, right? So we have plenty of draft picks or trading assets on this team. And yeah, we have to decide what to do with them. So the next video could be a crazy trading video, boys. Now remember, you can't trade players who are injured. So a guy like Mike Smith, 5 more days I need to get, but I wouldn't be opposed to making trades right now on this in the calendar. All right. So boys, let me know what you guys think, which assets we should try to obtain in the next video, and I will see you there.